Hello and welcome to the summer school. No. It's that's not the channel name anymore. I think you could see from the thumbnail and the image on the stuff. I am changing the name. This is not the Summer Schoolin channel anymore. Don't worry, you're in the right place. I'm still Nico, and I'm still really excited to talk about education and childcare. But I'm not the same person I was when I first made this channel originally 6 months ago. Uh, I thank you for staying around and watching, and I've seen that the views on my videos have grown in those 6 months. I remember writing a journal that I was just happy to get 3 views a day, and it's been more than that. And I'm thankful for every comment, good or bad. I read them all, and if you're interested in what this channel is about, childcare and education, and sometimes things outside of it, subscribe to this channel. And for those that are already subscribed and already following, I'm going to explain why I changed the name. Like I said, that 7 reasons why I quit video, it's totally, I stand by every single word I said. But I'm different because the person that recorded, or the version of me that recorded that video, was minty fresh off being in a classroom and being in the educational system. Now that I am 6 months away from the classroom, my philosophies and my viewpoints and my perspective on teaching and approaches and all that stuff, it's much more refined, and it's much more free, which I hope to explain in this video. So, my last year of teaching was the 21-22 school year, okay? And I knew in November of the, or not November, that's a little late. I knew in September of that year that I didn't want to be a classroom teacher anymore. I knew peacefully that this was my last year teaching. So much so that I had a great relationship with my principal, and I told my principal the second I sent the resignation letter, I said, it's nothing personal towards you, it's just that this job is unsustainable. And the second I made that decision, I was saving money every single paycheck from that last school year to basically buy myself 6 months of time. I remember when I told my principal that I was resigning, she just said, what are you going to do? You know, the kids love you. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. All I know that I want to do, or that I need to do, is just write and think. I've just spent 4 years and thousands of dollars in this institution. I really want time to make sense of what I've just been through. And I guess this YouTube channel is kind of one of the byproducts of that. I wanted to just go and be free from the chaos of public school teaching and have time, because I felt, I wouldn't say it's just a feeling, but it was almost like a something screaming from within me that I needed to tap into in order to find some sort of inner wisdom that I can carry on for the rest of my life. If I were to continue teaching, I would have probably neglected finding that knowledge that I know I need to meditate on in order to discover. And here I am at the end of that 6 months, and have I managed to find that inspiration or whatever that inner wisdom I was seeking 6 months ago? Yeah, I was. It's right here. Hopefully the camera focuses on that a little more, and I'll thumbnail it right there. Boom, perfect. I started my own program. So when I walked away from teaching, I knew that I was just walking away from being a classroom teacher. It's in my bones at this point in my life to work with children. I still want to work with children. It's just that working with families, and just working with children and their families through the apparatus that is a school and a public school, it's a very inefficient way to work with kids. And I was very fortunate enough to have a very collaborative and supportive group of parents that wanted me to stay around in their children's lives even after I left the classroom. And they had asked me, Mr. Nico, are you gonna tutor? Are you gonna do anything? And I said, I said, I don't, if I do come back, or when I come back to working with kids, because there was a full 3 months there where I just really wanted to separate from working with children, because I hadn't taken a break for 7 years, and that was my first 3 months without doing. Sorry, it's my calling. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry for that. For that, that was 3 months after not leaving my calling for 7 years. So it was a really good reset. And I said, when I do come back to working with kids, I don't want it to be. I don't want to be just a tutor. I want to be something different. And what I came up with is this. Like I showed you before, it's called the Mini School of Life. The 4 pillars are literature, individuality, family, and expression. And it's creative writing for the kids and educational advice for the adults. I was always frustrated with how reading and writing was taught in schools. Why? Because all through my time as a student, I would always get great marks in reading and writing, but I never cared to do those things for the fun of it, for the joy of it, outside of class. And I fell in love with those two activities as an adult, and I'm just like, how is this a victory that you have kids doing well with their marks in those subjects, but they don't care to do it in their free time? This is my attempt to stop that from happening. I teach reading and writing to children, and I also teach reading and writing, creative reading and writing. I also teach them public speaking, and I work with them to build goals. The 3rd pillar of my program is family. And family is basically, for example, I have some kids where they write down goals that they need to achieve through the course of the month. One of those goals for family is, hey, get in less than 3 fights with your siblings this month. Do not get caught with a dirty room more than 3 times this month. Things like that. The kids think it's fun and interesting. It's just challenging enough that they want to try it, but also that they're a little intimidated by it. And in addition to that, like I said, it's educational advice for the adults. So I get to now be a how you say, like a translator almost, because after working in public schools, I know how confusing communication can be coming from the district. And I like to serve as a soundboard to the parents that I work with. They got questions about, hey, we want to send our kid here, or questions about their child development. Hey, our kid is acting this sort of way. How will we respond to that? I am there to be a soundboard. And, a lot of people have been asking me to make a video talking about parents, and I will, but I think what I want to say first is that, yes, there are a terrible minority of parents that are just absolutely abysmal and make a teacher's job. Any adult working with kids, which is a teacher, any adult working with kids, they make their job miserable. But we cannot neglect the other minority of parents who are so loving, so genuine, so collaborative, that I feel like this is a team. Like, this is finally what I feel like. All the times I worked in a school and they would always preach about building community. No, I'm experiencing that now without having to preach and say community 17 times. No, I'm living that with the parents that I have right now. So I want to keep this video short because I still plan on uploading more content to this channel. I'm still thinking about education and childcare and all the things around it. It fascinates me. But I'm in a very, very special place right now. Basically, I'm experiencing on a daily basis. I have 15 students at the moment. My goal is to get to 30 students, but I'm experiencing every hour that I work, I'm experiencing the joys of teaching that I was trying to get while being a classroom teacher And those moments did happen, but they were so few and far between because of all the noise that came with the job of teaching. So to end this video, I'm just going to read one of the short assignments that I did with my students where we talk, most of the writing when I meet with them is reflective writing on, certain aspects of their life that they don't normally pay attention to. So for this week, it was random acts of kindness. It was a 10-sentence exercise, 10 sentences only. And these are the 10 sentences I wrote, which pretty much sum up where I'm at right now in my teaching career. So, a random act of kindness. These are basically, I wanted my students to just write 10 sentences about a random act of kindness that they have experienced recently that went a long way with them. And to preface this writing, I got to show them an episode of Hey Arnold, one of my favorite shows, and it was the pilot episode where they go downtown and then they have that legendary quote, "Wow, people in downtown sure are friendly." So I wanted my students to write about a topic of kindness, and here's what I wrote as an example for them. A random act of kindness that went a long way for me actually came from many people. Not only did it come from many people, the acts of kindness happened over a long period of time. Since October 1st, I've dedicated myself to building and forming my own program. Yes, the Mini School of Life is my program. However, it wouldn't be a reality if it weren't for the thoughtful support of my students' parents. When I doubted myself, they were kind enough to give me words of encouragement. When I felt out of ideas, they would inspire me with their kind suggestions. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, these parents were kind enough to follow me after I left the classroom. Their kindness has shown me that teaching and learning can definitely happen outside of a school. Now I can enjoy everything I loved about being a classroom teacher. The kids, the lesson making, the on-the-spot thinking, without dealing with much of the noise that comes with working at a school. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is no longer the Summer Schoolin YouTube channel. It is now the Mini School of Life channel. Same content, same analysis. Maybe it'll change as I grow older, but thank you for staying interested in the content, and there's more to come, especially as I start explaining my curriculum that I am building for my students. Take care. Have a nice day.